Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kodash. That we want to see the elders and the apostles of great minister whom you well. Salutation to the Akim pushing his truth in sincerity to the four corners of the earth, to the few aquas, who listen and learn and be obedient to us. One day, brother Howard, for which we have prophetic vibration camp.
And brother Yakal.
Through the spirit and power of Ba'ashem, Yahushai, we come together to do our video through the spirit and power of Ba'ashem, to edify the flock of Ba'ashem, Yahushai, through the Rock Kodash. So, basically, this name of this video will be, the tempter is here tempting, tempting us, which we know as Satan is tempting us, to see if he could sift us out like wheat, if he could start with that precept through the spirit. I think when he was telling Peter, when Yahushua was telling Peter that Satan, seeking to sift you out like wheat, and that is to show that, is in this trial, because Peter was going through, he was going through his trial, seeing as, he may not alone in this time because not new on the sun. Satan is selling all these different, because he has his minions, he has his, he's the head of the spirits on the left hand side, that will be sending all these spirits, but they had to get the okay from Yahushai. So
this is the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren.
So going back into the book of John 17, when Yahushua pray for us, see me praying for Peter, Simon, so that when we be converted, that we change from that old man, from that old state, because a lot of these demons could be trying to pull you back into the world, because we know the flesh weak, but the spirit willing, but you have to continue being focused, because all these spirits is here just to try to sift us out, to pull us, all these seducing spirits, all these, because it's a lot of men coming with different doctrines, coming and trying to change the Sabbath day, coming and trying to change the MOTB and give it all kind of false, like is the embargo, is the white woman, I think they say is Christianity, all these bullshit, they coming with, but all this is the spirit with the Lord send, and a lot of spirits is coming on men who is among us, but it's not of us. The spirits on the left hand side jumping on these men, and how these men doing some bug out shit, and then the Lord, and because we know in this truth, not stay in the dark too long, the Lord is revealed to the light. And that is the thing about the trying of our faith. The Lord, within the trying, as the book of 2 Corinthians 7, the trying, the straight gate, what the Lord says, fire on one side, water on the other side, it's a lot of plagues, a lot of plagues in the sense that these demons plague in your mind.
Yeah, because it's the same thing like when Satan came to the tempter came to Yahushai in the book of Matthew.
They bring it out one time.
Right? But I wanna emphasize on when it say, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, because it's really faith you're gonna have to keep it stable in that time. Even in these times, because the questions and the trials that you're gonna have to go through, the scriptures gonna have to come to your head. And if these scriptures not coming to your head while you're going through your trials, that is what had these men bugging out and doing some atrocious act where they can't help themselves because the spirit wasn't on them. Right? When Satan came to Yahushai and asked him, well, hey, jump off. He tell them, hey, it's not wise to tempt the Lord thy God. Right? And I'll get the precept. But, just roughly paraphrasing, he was telling them because he had the answer. So the same way, when trials go and come your way, you have to have the scripture in your head. And that is the spirit and the Rokako that's dwelling within you. You understand? That's why some of these men bugging out and doing some of these bug out things, because they do have the spirit on them. You understand?
The the spirit, they are the first fruit spirits. The first fruit spirit are love, obedience, meekness, discipline. As we know it, the Lord had.
Right? This is Matthew 4 and verse 1. It says, Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward at hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the son of Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread. And so yeah, part of it say he was at hungered because these spirits come to you when you're weak and they attack your weak points. You understand? So it's not gonna come to you when you're fully eaten, because you can't tempt a man to eat if it is he fasting and he eat. He eat, so you can't tempt him to eat. But if it is he weak and that is the flesh, he weak within the flesh, and that's when the tempter will come to you. And not only with eating alone, but with other temptations also.
And another show you that the seducing spirits is come same way as we know the tempter came to Yahushua. The same way is becoming to the men of the Lord. With all these other false doctrines, all these philosophies, to try to stir you up, to how you going off. While the scripture saying, I think it's Revelation 3 and 11, it say, for do let no man, that's what you're paraphrasing, for do let no man take your crown. So that going back into you staying focused, you stay in the spirit, because once you're in the flesh, you're gonna be weak. So you're gonna be vulnerable for these spirits to come. And the Lord talk about the candlestick, don't let you go that.
Yeah, you can, as brother say, talk about the candlestick. Because if you remove your candlestick, that when you remove the Holy Spirit from you. You understand? And that's why it's important to stay within the Spirit. Like stay doing videos, stay prayed up, and fasting, doing everything. That's why if going into the book of Ephesians 6, where it say doing all to stand. You gotta make sure you're doing all to stand. Now we are the end here, we gotta turn it up. Right? Turn it up. If you was doing this as much as you're pushing out, turn it up.
As the brother said, turn it up. It's the same way the spirits are in left hand side, turn it up. But the same way how Satan did ask Yahushua was to come and try Job, tempt Job, and what you want Job? Job reached down to a state where he was ready to give up the ghost. And we had to be in that same spirit, because the Lord and send these same spirits on the left hand side to come and test us. But as we know, the scripture say, the only thing get a man more than he can bear. But we ready to give up the ghost. That's the whole thing about it. We strive for the truth until death.
Right? So when we in the book of Matthew 4 and 4, it says, but he answered and said, It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. And this is so yapa, because just by saying this, it says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times. Because living is when you're in the truth. You're living while you're in the truth, and you're covering yourself with the Lord's covering. That's when you're alive. The breath of life entered into you when you came into the truth. You was dead in the world, right? And it says, we will not only live by bread, but by the word, but every word. So this word within us is what makes us alive. You understand? And without it being in the truth, and without all these things, we are dead. Right? So that within itself says a lot. But verse 5, it says, Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, If thou be the son of Yahweh, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee.
And so and why I just zoom out a little bit, and it sounded like Esau. It sounded like Esau, because
but it is Esau, because you remember that Esau worshiping the spiritual demon Satan, and the scripture call him what? The prince of the power of the air, which is Satan.
Which is his physical counterpart of Satan.
So Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan. Right? So that yapa.
Because he can be coming and at that time, because we know when the MOTB roll out, it are the ones who know that a lot of totals gonna be resisting, and they gonna be against the state, and they gonna be like, and we know all who are against the state and the system, they gonna be casting concentration camps. But the ones them who out in the highways and the byways, who give them the message, who heralding coming of the Yahweh Shimon Shai, Esau wanna come and bring that 30 piece of silver. In a sense that, offer you up, hey, sell out your brethrens.
Because you know how to get to a man. He know that through the belly, he had to eat, So a man I love riches because he so know how to attack men. He know how to attack Jackson specifically, right? Money, riches, women, your food, whatever it may be, or your kids, somehow. And as the scripture says, you would not have no strength in your hand. So the Lord doing all these things because Esau is known as what? The tempter. He's the physical counterpart of Satan, and he's also the tempter, the deceiver, right? So going back in the scripture, it says, the Lord, it says, and he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. So Satan basically telling him to jump off a cliff and drop yourself on the stone. The angels will see about you. Don't worry about that, right? Verse 7, Yahushai said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Yes, we know the Lord have our back. We know the Lord wouldn't confound us, right? But we're not tempting the Lord. If it is Daniel, if it is they had a choice to walk in the lions, then they wouldn't walk in no lions then. Be real, we're not walking into no lions then, we're not walking in front of no car. But if Esau make we walk in front of the car, then he will see the Lord raise up a standard. That is when the Lord will take care of you. Don't tempt the Lord by just doing it yourself, because that is a state of that is foolishness. That is not wisdom, right? So verse 8, again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. And that is the thing. You're showing the Yahushai, the one to rule everything. Here you're showing him the kingdoms of the world and all the glory of them. And we know everything of the world is going to pass away. All the things of the world going to pass away. Lord going to create what? A new heaven. So you showing the King of Kings who gonna be ruling, right? The King who gonna be king on earth, ruling over everything. The glory of this kingdom, right? And I read verse 9. Let's expand a little bit. Verse 9, and it said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. So he asking for your worship, and that's basically, when you put it in a metaphorical way today, that's a test for us, because he's gonna come out with his MOTB, right? Asking men to worship him, as they go to Revelation and tell you that worship the beast and his image, right? So what he's saying here is, if it is here, you see all these kingdoms, he gonna get riches, he gonna get plenty, he gonna make it bountiful. But all Satan wanted to do is to worship him. Can by taking that mark, you're worshiping him. You understand?
Like, the Lord give the number, the Lord give the number 603 scores, something like that. We can bring it up.
Yeah, it's 666.
Yeah, it's 666
basically now, right?
So that's just show you that you want to worship a man, and how you can worship a man who know to himself. He right, he said in Wisdom of Solomon that his life is short and tedious, and we have our ultimate power. Yahweh Shimon Shai is the King of the universe, who live forever and ever, who will search for other power, more powerful, or to see if they are in powerful, or any god, or anything, but just similar to him, and then find none. That's just is the way he swear on himself. So when you see all these spirits stirring up in these last days, that is prophecy to show that, hey, the Lord is stirring it up. So when you see the brotherhood, it's to keep tighter, because a lot of spirits will be coming into the brotherhood. So you have to be circumspect, and you have to watch and know the sincere ones, you have to know the sincere brethren, and the ones, and that is show you the Lord and all to do hide. The Lord is revealed, so like, all the ones who's not who not of us, the ones who are among us are not of us. The Lord has saved them all. There's something they do going off, but they try to show that they're doing it right, and try to pull our brother to do the same thing what they're doing. But hey, that's why we have to pray, that the Lord keep us in that spirit of being focused, being circumspect, having a higher discernment, because a lot of spirits going to be coming and attacking us. A lot of spirits going to be coming on our family relatives, the foes of our household, our women, our children, So we had to always be focused because at the end of the day, we know what is the prize, we know what is the reward, the kingdom of heaven.
And we also know what is the mission.
Can.
Because the mission is what we have to keep the eye on.
That's
And
right.
the scripture to keep the eye single, which is focus. We have to keep the eye single, focus on the mission. So none of these trials that come in supposed to make you step away from the mission. You're supposed to focus on the mission still. Because as we read to the top, Satan came when Yahushai was weak. And we know that the Lord described a time coming, which is Jacob's trouble. So when Jacob's trouble come, there's going to be trouble for who? For Jacob. It's going to be a weak time where we're going to have to call on our strength, Yahushai, right? And in that time, even Ezra say, woe is me. For who shall deliver me?
But we know at that time, Ezekiel 9 would be taking place. The Lord say set a mark on the men who sigh and cry. You know, that mark of exemption gonna be going upon the men of the Lord from getting destruction, from getting destroyed. So when all hell started to break loose, the Lord will be sealing off his elect. But the elect will be getting all of the elect, the Lord sealing off. But then at that time, the Lord will be like, hey, touch not my anointed. So when these spirits on the left hand side coming on and trying to attack or trying and tempt and also trying to Esau them trying to bribe us, the Lord, hey, and even when they try to throw us in all these concentration camp and try to put us to death, you know, and want us to be, we willing to die, you know, being martyrs to the Lord. But all these things, they're going to be bribing us. They're going to be bribing us and trying to see if we will crack. And it's really the Lord.
Yeah, going back to the scripture again. Verse 9. And said unto him, all these things that I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then Yahushai said unto him, get thee hence, Satan.
And that deep enough because when Satan telling you Yahushai, get down and worship me, is basically Esau Edom telling the man of the Lord in this last time to get down and take the RFI, the MOTB, you know, and worship him.
And he has a God complex, so he not just telling the man of the Lord that. He telling everybody that. As the scripture say, he calls it all. You understand? Everybody he want to worship him.
But hey, as we know, the Lord say he reserved 7,000 men who never bow. You know, so we not gonna bow for no man. You know, this is the 144,000 who follow the Lamb whatsoever
he go it can.
So we have no time for the Lord send all these spirits. We know because we in knowing we prepare ourselves because right now we need mock exam for the ultimate test. So we're coming, you know, we getting ourselves, you know, ready. We trying to perfect ourselves through the spirit and not be wavering. Was wavering?
Yeah, can. You strengthen yourself, not a waver. Right? So I'm gonna read that precept. I'm gonna continue reading here. It says, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Yeah, because we know that the Lord Yahushai is a jealous power. So what is the Lord going to do today that actually worship the Lord? Worship Satan and take his mark. You know, there's a judgment described. You know, there's going to be sores on their skin, you know, screaming, bawling. The Lord going to torment them that they can't rest day nor night. This is what going to be taking place with they that take the mark. Right? And a lot of people are going to take this mark and then regret it instantly. They're going to be instant regret. Because the things that the Lord going to do to torment them, you know, they're going to instantly regret it because, you know, one was always speaking to you. The voice of the Lord, the hand of the Lord was always stretched out. But you didn't take heed.
The scripture in Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, because all these things the Lord set on the face of the earth is part of his vengeance. You know, all these spirits on the left hand side, you know, even Esau Edom, the Lord raised up, you know, which is the sword, to come to bring judgment upon 2,000 people. Because why? They're not in the right spirit. Because all these spirits on the left hand side is going to come and torment them. It's going to come and plague them because they wasn't ready. They wasn't in the right mind. You know? They wasn't in the right mind. So when you see, you know, the Lord said to bring judgment, that the scripture saying four things the Lord thing, a beast to tear, I think is I think it's somewhere in see if I get it from Babakusha in I think it's in Jeremiah. Say beast to tear. See if I get that precept.
Jeremiah 15.
Yeah, Jeremiah 15. And the Lord gonna be putting His spirits on these animals also,
Jeremiah 15 and verse 3.
You know?
It says, and I will appoint the book of Jeremiah 15 and 3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said the Lord, the sword to slay. Right, and I want to read from on top because it's more yapa. I'll read from verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And this is 2/3 of Israel, and they that worship the beast, they that following after Satan, right? And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for captivity to captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
So the Lord gonna put His spirits on all of these animals, to come and bring judgment on 2/3 of our people. The second go and bring on the second, the Ecclesiastical Slack 39 now. And you see all of this are part of the Lord vengeance. So when the Lord stir it up, it's spirits the Lord dealing with, Lord, giving all the, as we know, the King of the universe, He giving all the order out. Setting all the order out. Hey, they go and do this. Go on, as we see, like we see what happened in Brazil when they was worshiping all these demons. I see that picture like they have the man with the horn with the red tail. But what going after is a mass floodings, landslides. The Lord poured the spirits, these same demons they worshiping, and tell them, hey, they go and let loose and go on to and put them to death. And the same thing is gonna happen, like we see them happening right now in France. And you see people running in the road, you see fires burning, and going back into the mass shooting. I think it's 10 dead, and how much wounded. All this is the Lord putting spirits on these people to stir it up. So you're bringing spirits to the scripture to show that all this is the vengeance of the Lord, brother. Yeah, that's not okay, yeah. Good, man. That's 28, right? This is the book of let's mark it down. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28. They say, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. It's a fire, and what's going on in France right now, it's a hail, it's a and famine and death. All these are created for vengeance, and all these things is, you're not putting all these spirits, upon all these animals, because here we say it's a fire and a hail and famine and death. All these are created for vengeance, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword is a punishing the wicked to destruction. So all these is Lord putting all these spirits on these animals, or all these zoos where they're having all these animals. The animals are balling. How long they're mourning, how long we could be in the zoo. They want to eat some wicked toothed flesh. You're going to pour this spirit on them, and the teeth of wild beasts to tear. So the Lord going to stir it up. As we see what's going on right now in France and what's going on in Babylon with all this mass shooting, the Lord is stirring it up, and there's more to come. I think it's in Florida. It's on licensed firearms. All these things is to stir up and hot up, and for Jake with a hot head to go and stir it up more. More mass shootings.
All these things written is prophecy. You understand? And the scripture said that the Lord's words would not return unto him void. So the words have to come to pass. When you go to the book of 2 Esdras 15 and 16, all these things must come to pass.
As I say in today, say one city against another city one place against another place, one people against a people, and one realm against a realm.
Kind of, we was even expounding on it last week where we was talking about when they say one people against another, we had to introduce now the alphabet people. Because the alphabet people now, they themselves armsing up for what they think is right. So they're gonna be another people by themselves, coming against people. So now that the alphabet people armsing up, they had to add them to the list. You understand? Because we know that alphabet people run the world. You understand? They run the world, and we can't really speak about them too much because of what they do. That just show you how they run the world.
As Beyonce say, who run the world?
Right?
But she said the 3-letter word.
So I'll read back verse 28. It says, Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. The Lord actually creates spirits for vengeance, to revenge his people, to avenge, the Israelites, the thing that happened to his people. It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, right? Which is really the Lord's fury because they are appeasing the Lord, right? It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So the one that created them, they seek to please the Lord and do an excellent job too. And that is when the spirit of death going to be on the face of the earth. As the captain love to say, the place going to be like an abattoir. It's going to be like a slaughter yard. Everywhere you go, just bodies. You're gonna be hearing some different type of death. Well, in today's news, 416 was killed, and then after the next week you hear it increase. 3,000 people died in a train today, and that's just how you're gonna hear it continuing. Evil's gonna be increasing more and more, right? And as we know, it's not just gonna be fatalities, but it's gonna be the famine. It's gonna be people hungry, people starving. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be all kind of different things, beasts, right?
All these things the Lord set, for vengeance, for destruction for these tutors and also these heathens, because at the end of the day we know that the Lord say, hey, as the brother said earlier on, none of these things can return back to the Lord void. So it coming in full effect. In full effect, that means it coming to pass. No matter you run, no matter you hide, no matter what you try to do from it, thus says Yahweh Hashem Shai, you're all going to get the judgment was written. So you can't hide from these spirits. That's how Job, try to, and say, well, you ready to give up the bones which he didn't born and all these things. Same with Tuta's going to be like, but I didn't born. Tuta's going to be that spirit, but I didn't born. They're going to be sick and to die, and they can't die that, and can't find it. Can't find that at that time because the Lord have his judgment written for these 2/3, also these heathens. So all these spirits the Lord have created for vengeance, the Lord is pointing it out right now on the face of the earth, and it's a yappa thing, to be in the time of seeing these things happening right now, because as the brother say, earlier on, is that Ezra, say who was me, so, and even asking if he was gonna be at this time to see these things happening. So so to be in this time seeing this, all hell breaking loose, World War III could break off any minute. As we head into the hurricane season, the Lord stirring up the weather also. So all these things the Lord is stirring up, for us to make our way back home, back to our motherland, Jerusalem.
And I don't have this precept here line up. This Hebrews 10 and 35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which had great recompense of reward. So after you had all this confidence in the Lord, and you was standing bold for the Lord, and preaching, doing all that you could for the Lord, he said that there's a great recompense of reward. Verse 36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry, which is Yahweh Shai. So we understand that all the shit that we just described gonna be taking place on the face of the earth. He that shall come will come. The Lord not gonna leave us here. As David say, the Lord will not leave my soul in hell. Right? I'm gonna see if I get that real quick. Like Psalms 119. Wow, let's type it up. Soul in hell. Let's build right here. This is Psalm 16 and 10, right? And it says, "For thou will not leave my soul in hell, neither will thou suffer thine holy one to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy, and thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore." Because we have a more sure hope dwelling with the Lord than being in the world. Because we already told you all what was the judgment for you being in the world and falling back. The Lord said that they might come fall short of the glory. You don't want to be the one that falls short, right? You want to be a part of that number, and how much honor and how happy it is to really be a part of that number, right? All that we wishing for, that we hoping for. You understand? To be a part of that number is not a light thing. You ought to really and truly be grateful that you're even in the truth right now. Because you being in the truth right now, it says that what you have a more sure hope. So that means you could be a part of the elect. So don't take that the candlestick and your crown for games. Now is not the time for taking your candlestick for games. You understand? You gotta take it serious. The Lord didn't just give you this Rokako dash for nothing. Because without it, you couldn't do any videos. You couldn't even understand the words coming out of my mouth right now. You understand? So this is why it's so important, because from the time you start to slip, you don't understand this precept, you don't understand that you find yourself now, you join back on video, you join back, it's to examine yourself. And if you can't do it, the Lord taking away that spirit from you.
All these spirits also here to try to pull you back in the world. All these spirits.
Yeah. Satan is there to sift you out.
Like wheat. So so that's why stay focused, stay on fire.
And to be focused is to be on fire. Not all the time the being on fire has to do with your videos, but also within yourself. You examine yourself and know anything that you had to do as a man, to better yourself. Or if it's an aquat, you had to know things to better yourself for your husband, to please him. Because he fighting to make you make it. You understand? But the scripture say what? No, how knowest thou, man, that you could even save your woman? You don't know. You could, but you had to try and deliver your soul. Only when you deliver your own soul, then you know you're sure your woman and your children safe. You understand?
And just to add, what your brother saying there right now, pertaining to the brotherhood. Now it's time to tighten up the brotherhood more than ever. Because at the time, strengthen up your brother, if a brother weak in any form, that he lacking in certain things, or he doing something, and they say, you allow him know. The Lord say open rebuke is open and secret is better than secret love. So hey, come out here, brother, and let him know, some see what day it was and I didn't like it. Through the spirit of power, I'm shine that you need to work on it, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you need to work, if you need, if he being a lot in the flesh, you reach it and let brother know, and all these things put into brotherly love.
Yeah, because the scripture say that the spiritual man judgeth all things. Meaning that the spiritual man wouldn't let nothing slide anymore. Now the time that the spiritual man should judge all things. Every step you take, judge it. If it is anything happen, judge it. You end up in an argument with a heathen, judge it. Understand where you can learn from it. What happened today? What I could do better to improve that? What I now do today? You understand? So with that, you want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone and rule well. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the folk that it in sincerity. Shalom to the awkward listening and respecting their husband. Lord's will this out edifying. So shalom, shalom, shalom. ETA.